So I have the pleasure to cover the technology part for step 2, which is really the private social network. And the private social network is when you change hats from being a consumer yourself, going to Disneyland, to walking through the doors of your company and being an employee. So when you start using your corporate systems, you're no longer in Disney World. It's a whole different dimensions. You have to deal with a lot of information systems that have kind of stacked up over time. So the challenge from an employee perspective is really, how do you find the relevant information? How do you connect to what matters to you to do your daily job? How do you connect with the people? How do you connect with the right documents? How do you use all those applications that have been put together over time? And the key question is your system as easy to use as what we just saw during that demo on the external world? And if not, what's your strategy? How do you solve that? Well, the strategy is having a private social network. And the private social network is really to bring the power of the social network, and in particular the social graph. And the social graph is a big shift from an IT control world to a user control world, where you users can decide what they want to follow. When you work on a deal, you want to work with all the experts that are going to help you close a deal if you're a sales guy. You want to keep track of your presentations, of your documents. You want to be able to use the right application. So it's really about you as an employee building, defining your social graph. And the question you should ask yourself is, what's my social graph in my company? How do people connect to the relevant information? Is it my org chart? Is your org chart your social graph? The org chart was invented actually 100 years ago as a communication tool, because people had no phone, no email, so they had to pass the orders down the chain of command through the org chart. That was the purpose of an org chart. Is it your phone directory that enables your employee to connect and really harness all the energy around your company, around a deal, around a case resolution ticket? Well, the social enterprise connects everything that is important and gives the employee the power to connect and to establish those connections through the enterprise. And those connections are going to evolve over time. So my section is about technology. How we transform that vision, the vision that Mark described, into technology. Well, the first product, the cornerstone of that vision is Chatter. Chatter is our social collaboration. It's our collaboration offering for the social enterprise. It enables your employees to do two things, and it's very different from everything you've seen in the collaboration space. Make no mistake, social collaboration is very different than traditional collaboration. And it's different in two areas. The first one is you empower your employees to build their social graph. You empower your employees to connect with what matters to them and be in charge of what their world should be. And this is really about the experience. And here we build into the product all the technology that has been so successful on the public social network. And the technology such as pictures, such as feeds. Actually, I was in a conference, a technology conference a couple of weeks ago, where Mark Zuckerberg was talking about the genesis of the feed and the picture. And when Mark Zuckerberg was a student here in Boston, he was studying two things in parallel, psychology and technology. And what he found out doing that is, if you look at our brain work, our brain basically has, the largest part of our brain is about face recognition. That's where we process very fast. I can move this bowl of water by a feet on the table, you probably won't notice that. But if I grow a mustache or a beard, you will notice that like right away at warp 10. The second thing your brain does very well, and we've been trained for that since we're kids, is reading. So if you combine those two things that your brain can do very quickly, pictures and text, which is basically what a feed is about, you can go through that page in faster than anything else you can do. It's a completely different experience. Actually, just looking at that page, you got it. It's not like looking in menus and buttons and icons and transaction screens and buttons. It's a completely different experience because this is deeply hard-coded into our brain. We can process information at a completely different pace, and it has been the secret sauce behind Facebook. Well, we're bringing that secret sauce to your enterprise. We spend hours designing a UI. The Chatter team has been hours building that UI, so it provides that intuitiveness, that fast way of interacting with the system. That's the first thing. A social network is about that experience that is very intuitive, that is very personal. The second thing about what we've done in Char is obviously made it enterprise scale, which is about the security. It's about the capacity to share information, to have private groups, to be able to connect with experts, to be working on deals without having everybody knowing about what you're doing in the system. So Char is a very disruptive offering. It's social collaboration. And the Char technology has not just been made available for the enterprise as an independent product, but the Char product also has been a platform that enables you to build your own applications. Since we launched Char a year ago, amazing success. This is actually the fastest growing product at Salesforce. More than 80,000 companies have been using Char. They're measuring unbelievable success, as you can see, in terms of productivity, because it completely changed the way your social graph works across the enterprise. And you can read that through those numbers. People pass the information faster because they don't have to go through different departments, different silos. People have 27% less meetings because they can connect right away with the experts. And of course, it dramatically reduced the email traffic across the information that is usually completely useless. Most of the emails are about asking who does what, who can help me on that deal. Well, you can build those connections right away. If you're not on Char, I invite you to go to char.com now and sign up for a free trial. You'll be able to experience the power of the social collaboration platform. But we did more when we built Char. What we felt is, what can be the journey of our customers with the social enterprise? So the second thing we did after building Char was to make sure that Char was deeply embedded into our application. And obviously, our DNA is in Salesforce automation. That's where we started 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we changed the world of Salesforce automation. We built the most successful Salesforce automation application, the Sales Cloud, both by market share and from an analyst recognition perspective. But the Sales Cloud is a social sales application. It features the social graph. Your sales guys can connect with the experts. They can collaborate on accounts. They can stay up to date. They can work on their mobile device, and they can align all the organization around a customer. Our Sales Cloud has been very successful as well, as you can see for those results. Same survey, we survey our customers every 6 months because our business model is about subscription. So if there is no success, there is no subscription. And the value proposition for our customers, as you can see with the Sales Cloud, is first and foremost, you get back and control of your business with more than 44% increase in forecast accuracy. But the last two elements are obviously about selling more, closing more deals, and winning more deals. The second thing we did was, as a CRM company, when we build our CRM system, it's not just about selling. It's also about the other thing that touched the customer. And when we build those applications, we spend a lot of time to ensure that from a technology perspective, whether you're a sales customer or you're a service customer, you're using the same data set. You're using the same platform. Because at the end of the day, there is only one version of your customer. There is not a service version of your customer and a sales version of your customer. It's one customer. And we also embarked our social technology, Char, into the Service Cloud. So your agents not only can solve cases faster by collaborating and finding the experts faster, but they can also collaborate with the rest of the extended enterprise. They can bring the sales guys into the discussion. If a case stays open too long, through Char, you can connect more people to that particular ticket, so the company can swarm and help solving or managing the customer communication faster. The Service Cloud has been launched 3 years ago. Since then, more than 15,000 customers have implemented the Service Cloud. You saw a couple of exciting implementations with KLM, Zynga, Bank of America, and here as well, amazing results. The world of customer service is actually, in terms of metric, very, very focused on a couple metrics. The first one is what's the cost of processing a customer inquiry, which is about your agent's productivity. You can see our customers have measured an amazing increase in terms of agent productivity, 40% agent productivity, which means it costs 40% less to service the same amount of calls. But also, most C-level executives in customer service are paid on those key business indicators, which are first call resolution and customer sat. CSAT is obviously what drives most bonuses in customer service. So we have a lot of smiling faces in our customer base because you see the result of the last survey, plus 33% of customer sat increase across our install base. So we saw our social can change the way your employees can collaborate, the way your employees can be better at selling, the way your employees can be better at servicing and connect to each other. But we believe that the power of a private social network goes way above those functions. It's really about the entire enterprise. Sales, service, and what about HR? What about IT? What about facilities? And enabling your entire enterprise to build, every employee to build its own social network and social graph within the enterprise. That's the value proposition of Chara, is to go above and beyond. We offer you a journey where you can start from collaboration, sales, service, but build your entire enterprise on our private social network. And better than slides, I'd like to invite back on stage Craig Swansrud for a demo. Thank you.